you better watch out. If your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he goes mean. He gets caught real big, gets off quick, and if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored. Loves the blood and gore, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really listen until they feel the force of hard in. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped to be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. There's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
All right, everyone, welcome to the much anticipated AMX Turkey Bowl, an opportunity where we get a chance to gather around the track as you kind of would a Thanksgiving table and have some fun. I am joined tonight with the one and only Solomon Borshiner. Solomon, how are you doing, my friend?
It's good to be out here again, Frank. If anything, it proves good racing that we had last night. I'm assuming it's going to be even better tonight. So looking forward to having fun and calling this race with you to see what these guys have in store for us tonight.
I completely agree. So kind of a quick overview for tonight as the drivers exit the track. They're going to do some race control, drivers meeting stuff ahead of tonight. But I'll brief you guys on what's kind of going on. So we're going to do some heat races, 8 laps each. Top 6 are going to advance directly to the main, and then we'll run an LCQ. Fortunately, we're able to structure it enough where we're going to allow everyone to race tonight. But the LCQ is more or less just going to allow the drivers to work in the track a little bit more. That's going to be a 12-lap race, and then we'll move into tonight's Turkey Bowl. So we're looking at, right now, it looks like 21 drivers are going to make up the field. So a great packed field, and it's going to be 40 laps of hopefully green flag racing. So
For sure. Definitely looking forward to a good, exciting night here. Tonight we're here out in Pennsylvania at Lernerville Speedway for one of the tour spots for the AMX Pro 2 Dirt Slingers, and this is where we ended up having our venue this year for the AMX Turkey Bowl. What's really unique about this track, there's no outer wall. So there's very much utilization of trying to run the top side as long as you can without falling off the top of it. So definitely going to be some good fun racing. Eventually when that top line burns down, you're going to have several lines, and there's going to be plenty of sliders and plenty of just diving down low and trying to see what you can get.
Yeah, and that actually brings up a good point. We'll kind of throw up tonight's poll. Feel free to give us your input. The question being, will there be 4 more cautions, or is it going to be 3 or less? So throw up a hashtag yes or a hashtag no. Let us know kind of what you think. And I don't know, me personally, 21 drivers, I would say more than likely we're probably going to have 4 or more cautions. I have a hunch. What are your thoughts, Solomon?
Well, very much so a good chance of that happening, but I'm going to just, for the spite of it, and just to make things interesting, I'm going to say that we go green flag racing for a good chunk of this race. We got some good, talented drivers in here, and I feel like, yes, there'll be bumping and banging, but pretty much as long as there's nothing too crazy going on, I'm for certain that some people are just going to be able to keep on running around that track as much as they can while keeping the green flag under control.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good assessment. So we got about another 45 seconds here or so as they finish up their drivers meeting. So yeah, I just to everyone who's tuning in on behalf of AMX, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving. It's been a fantastic year, a lot of great series we've had, and just blessed to be part of the team here. So hopefully tonight, as we kind of celebrate the close of the year and the end of 2025, we have a a good good showing for you, everybody. So as we do that, I just want to remind everyone, if you have a second and you haven't done it yet, go over to the Google Store if you're on Android, or you can go to the browser if you're on Apple and add to your home page. We got the AMX League app where you can stay in touch with all the upcoming news and events and check standings and results and all that. So that we were proud to launch that, and we definitely encourage everyone to check it out. As it looks like we're going to get started on some heat racing. So with that, let's go ahead and bring out Heat 1. Solomon, take us away.
For sure. First heat race out tonight. It's going to be 8 laps. Top 6 will go automatically up to the A main, and then past that, they're going to be heading to the LCQ to get a few more practice laps. On the pole from this random pill draw, we got Michael Olson in the number 9, followed by Scott Merrick in the 310. Row 2, Jeffrey Latch, number 29, followed by Jonathan Pepin in the 20. Row 3, got Taylor Vandenbush in the number 89, followed by Anthony James in the 217. And rounding out the field in row 4, P7, we got Dale Sharp in the 151.
Absolutely. We want to remind everyone this grid is brought to you by K&K Contracting, which I believe, Solomon, you have a special connection to.
Yep, they're some of the local guys that I've known for my whole life, and they do some really good flat work out there, concrete, basements, foundations, you name it. And feel free if you're in the UP area to give them a call and let them know. But yeah, great to have them out there to sponsor for the starting grids for tonight.
Yeah, we have a huge pool for tonight, about $350 worth of prize money going not only to the top 5, but a couple other fun awards, as in like the most laps led and whatnot. So we'll definitely run through those as we're going to go one more time around and get ready to go green flag racing.
Yeah, a few of those different awards, just to name off a few before we get going, is we got BGM Racing sponsoring our plaques for tonight, along with Refuse to Lift Media with the Hard Chargers. In Theory Motorsports is going to give it to the Hot Lap Hero, and I think that was the fastest lap in practice, so we're going to have to double check on that one. And we'll see things out. Lights are out. We'll get this grid started. Again, starts are initially on the green flag, so Brandon is going to have to wait until that green flag waves, and we're off with the first heat race, sponsored by CG Motorsports. Looks like everyone's going to kind of dive down low. Looks like the number 20 of Jonathan Pepin is going to stick on the outside. Right now we got a battle for 1 and 2 with Olson and Scott Merrick. We'll see how that shapes out. Anthony pushing Pepin a little bit out there, trying to get a little feisty. Jeffrey hanging on the low side. And then we got Taylor and Dale following in the back. Remember, only the top 6 are going to go straight on to the main. So someone's going on. And just as I say that, Jonathan hits the lip.
Yeah, it didn't take long for that lip to show its ugly head.
Oh, that's just going to be a problem all night. It's not a terribly difficult thing, but you got to be careful. It's a big risk and a big reward scenario. And look at that. Olsen's sliding down to the inside line. Merrick's going to hold that outside, get the momentum on the backstretch. Give him a little bit of a bumper and give him a tap saying, hey, I'm right here. I'm going to try to get you on the next corner. Latch hanging out in the 3rd place spot, trying to see if he can make anything out of it. Anthony Taylor behind, along with Taylor Vandenbush and Dale Sharp. Pepin a little bit farther back, but he'll still get some laps in and start probably prepping himself for the LCQ. Still very tight battle. Looks like Olsen and Merrick will go to the inside. Merrick on a big old dive.
Well, look at Anthony there.
Like
he got to drive out of the corner too.
Yeah, everyone's getting feisty and running the inside line already. So as compared to last night, the blue groove is already coming into effect early tonight. So we'll see how that shapes out coming in the main event.
Yeah, already halfway through, and looking like Anthony's still trying to find that spot.
Yeah. At this point in time, everyone's going to be able to transfer straight to the A main relatively, so it's a matter of position. Because you want to kind of keep yourself in mind of every position is going to be at least 2 to 3 positions. So the farther you can get up in the heat race, the less traffic you have to go through in the main event.
Absolutely, and like we pointed out, we're going to run an LCQ, but that's more so just to try to give you a second chance to gain a couple more spots if you had a bad heat race, and Also to work in the
And
track.
as you say that, oh my word.
Oh,
Looks
I
like
saw
Michael
that.
Olson found the lip on turn 4, which will give Scott Merrick the lead on the final lap. White flag is out. Taylor Vandenbush in second, followed by Jeffrey Latch, Anthony James. Michael Olson will still hold on to the 5th spot, along with Dale Sharp and Jonathan Pepin. And rounding out the heat race win is going to be Scott Merrick in the 310. Taylor Vandenbush will take 2nd, Jeffrey Latch in 3rd, Anthony James in 4th. Looks like Michael Olson, Dale Sharp, and Jonathan Pepin will round out the field.
Not a bad way to start tonight. Overall, pretty good racing.
I'd say so myself. Pretty decent and clean racing for the most part, and it was honestly just self-induced mistakes at the most. So we'll see what it shapes out here on our second heat race, which is going to be lined up as shown here. Up here on the pole is going to be Jason Schilling Jr. in the number 70, very fast guy to watch out for. P2, we got Cody Winecki in the number 903. In the inside of row 2, we got Quentin Johnson in the 53, followed by Tyler Moleg in the number 17. Garrett Eitzer in P5 with the 28, followed by Sean Winkler in 720. And following out and rounding out the field, we got Brandon Minnick in the 81.
Yeah, another good field. This is going to be really entertaining to watch.
Yeah, there's a few heavy hitters in this field. First things first, in practice, Jason Schilling was definitely showing speed and consistency with his lap times. With that being said, though, you give Cody Winecki the lead, he will run away with it. So definitely 2 guys right on the front of the field to kick things off. Not to mention, you also got people such as Sean Winkler. Yeah, he started in 6th, I believe, but that still doesn't mean nothing. So we'll see how that all shapes out. Looks like the lights are going to go out, so 1 to go coming to the line.
Yeah, it's funny how the pill draw can really affect your heat race.
Yeah, pill draw can definitely factor into those large events. Luckily, with this event, with the entry list and the few scratches we did get towards the beginning of this event, we will have everyone run in the main event. So this is more just qualifying for position. But as we've said before, any position matters. So we're coming around for green flag, and we're starting off in heat 2. Looks like Winecki's going to take the top side, Schilling on the bottom. We got Eitzer and Johnson fighting down low in the middle. Tyler Moleg right now sitting in about 3rd place, coming in a little bit hot on the top side, but still going to keep his truck under control. And Schilling's going to take the lead off the first corner, followed by Winecki, Moleg, and Johnson. Looks like Winkler's going to run the top side. Moleg a little bit over the lip, but still keeps it together.
Yeah, looks like Jason's starting to kind of stretch it out, although looks like Cody was able to kind of get back on his heels quickly there.
Yeah, very much so. And look at that, Sean Winkler already battling for 3rd place up towards the top.
He wasted
right
no
now
time.
It looks to be Schilling. Exactly. Jason Schilling up front right now, followed by Winecki in close tow behind. Johnson and Winkler battling for 3rd place, followed by Minnick, Eitzer, and Moleg. Throw those 3 under a blanket in the back. Giving a little bit of a door on 1 and 2. Nothing too aggressive yet, but just showing, trying to show his way around the track, and he's already starting to pull away. So look at that, though. Battle for the lead right now. We got Winecki. Yeah, Winecki's coming out there trying to give a little bit. He's going to dive down low. Schilling's going to run the middle line, try to keep that momentum, but almost looks like Winecki's got the bump. And look at that. We got a new leader out here. Let's see if he can hold it coming to the line. Looks like Schilling's going to make a dive slider line. Let's see if it sticks. And it looks like about side by side. And Schilling is going to... Nope. Winecki's going to stay up at the line. And look who's right there. Winecki's seeing the fight. And you see all the blood in the water. Now he's coming for it.
Now going to be 2 to go this time by. So it's going to be a shootout here.
Yep. P1 through 4 are all under a blanket right now. A lot more aggressive racing than we saw last night. So we'll see how it all shapes out in the main event. I mean, if the slider line's already working now, I mean, I can't just imagine what's going to be in the main event tonight.
It's like Sean trying to make something happen.
Schilling kind of gets stuck up to the top side. Looks like Johnson's going to take advantage of that. Winecki's just getting a gap out front now. We'll see what all shapes out.
Ooh, major contact.
A little bit of a side bang right there, but nothing too crazy just yet. But out front, what I tell you, you get him out front, he will find a way to just keep on turning laps. Looks like Cody Winecki is going to be your Heat 2 number winner. Followed closely behind by Schilling, Minnick, Johnson, and Winkler in 5th. Mullig's going to round out in 6th place with Eitzer in 7th.
Well, I think with that, we're going to have one more heat race, and it's been a show so far.
Yeah, let's get our heat race through number 3 lineup, sponsored by K&K Contracting out here. First things first, we got Brandon Hall in 199 on the pole, followed by Brody Disher in number 90. Row 2 on the inside, we got Joe Brewer in the 62. Very fast speed last night. We'll see what he can do tonight. Followed by Cade Gailey in number 4 with 027. Patrick Solari in the number 99 inside of row 3, followed by Caden Lemieux in the 3. And then rounding out our field, we got Eddie Farnes in the number 21.
Yeah, I was happy to see Eddie be able to make it. He is our defending champ, if I remember correctly. So I'm glad he's able to come on out and show us his speed in these Pro 2s.
Yeah, it's going to be very promising to see what he has in store for us. I mean, he will have to start in the back of the field, but he is one to be reckoned with. He does love to just keep on running any dirt track you show at him, and he'll just find his way to make those passing points count, which in this case we don't have passing points today, but he'll still probably put in his head, get as far as you can up and as quick as you can up there. So again, a lot of good nice paint jobs for the vehicles tonight, a lot of artistic showings for many of the different race teams and people that decided to come and participate tonight. Just like any of the other heat races we've had so far, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a very interesting and a very action-packed heat, so we'll see what all takes place. Truck lights are out. We got one to go, coming to the green flag. Brandon Hall is going to be on the pole, but you will have to wait until the flagman gives him the go with the green flag. Coming around on 3 and 4. Sitting here, we are green flag racing here on heat number 3. Like Brody Disher got a really nice start off the jump, and he's going to run on the high side right there along with Brandon Hall. And Joey Brewer trying that low line just like he was showing last night. See if he can pull the slider line, and he's going to make it interesting, but it's not going to stick, allowing Hall to get by. But look at that, right? It's a whole pack of racing right here. We got 3 on the low side, we got 4 on the high side, and you can honestly throw any of them under the blanket right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm impressed you're able to call this. I'm just taking it all in right now. It's taking a minute to sort out. It's really I don't want to say aggressive because they're all running really respectfully, but yeah, there's a lot of talent here for sure.
Well, there's a lot of time and a lot of track left to go for tonight, especially with that 40-lap A main. So definitely going to see how things shape out with this track slowly getting rubber out. And look at that Eddie up over the line. But you know what? At least he could get some practice time on the track and get suited up for the main event. Looks like Disher is going to still maintain his lead and try to pull away about a half a second gap right now on Brandon Hall, with Joey Brewer kind of trying to run that inside line like he was last night. Lemieux, Gailey, and Solari are all sitting out there between 4th and 6th, all just trying to get a better starting position for the main event.
Look at this back here with Joey and Caden throwing it back and forth.
He's going to throw that slider and go right up to the top. It's side by side at the line.
Yeah,
my timing and scoring is a little messed up right now, so it's hard to tell some of the lap times and the gaps, but looks like in this heat race right now, Brody has the fastest lap in the heat race with an 18.762. But the next fastest guy on the track is actually in 2nd place, which is Brandon Hall right now, so it's a neck-and-neck race between those top 2.
Yeah, we're about to come to the white flag, so looks like Joey
got a battle for the lead. Hall's going to try to challenge for that, and Brewer's just kind of hiding there waiting to go, along with Lemieux. White flag is out. Looks like everyone except for Brewer and Solari are going to take the high side coming into turn 2. Brewer going to try to fall in the line there, kind of get a side full of Caden, so we'll see how that shapes out. Brewer's going to run the high side.
Sliding up the
track.
with
the slider right in the very last corner. Looks like this year's going to be able to salvage a 4th place, but that was a very impressive move right at the end of that heat race. So definitely going to be some bad blood coming into the main event, but we'll see how that all shapes out.
Yeah, and with that, we're going to, I believe, roll right into our LCQ. It should just be a three-car shootout, the way it kind of worked out. Unfortunately, there were a few spots that we tried to hold for some drivers, but unfortunately, it is what it is. When you got
Well,
some
the way I
empty
look
grid
at this
spots.
is, yeah, you're in the bottom of the barrel with the LCQ, but at the same time, this allows you to be able to get some laps in. If you ran in that first heat, the track's going to be a lot different than when you're running in this LCQ right now. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how these guys played out. I mean, whether you're going to try to drive aggressively just to get those few positions or just turn laps and try to get a feel for this track for the main event. So obviously your lineup's going to be Jonathan Pepin from Heat 1, followed by Garrett Eitzer from Heat 2, and then Eddie Farnes is going to round out the field from Heat 3. So this should be a very fun and interesting 3-lap shootout, or excuse me, 12-lap shootout with 3 cars. And it looks like Eddie might have... Nope, there he is. He did make the call.
Yep.
So... Meanwhile, in the pits, a lot of people are probably just trying to get their trucks suited up and ready to go for the main event, which is in store soon. And yeah, as the sun's going down here tonight, the lights are going to come on, and we're going to have some good night track racing here in Lernerville.
Yeah, it's always fun when the temperature comes down and track can retain a little bit of water, and it's going to make it fun.
Lights are off on the truck. Pulls off into the pits. We got these 3 trucks ready to battle here. Wait for the green flag to come out, and we are green flag racing here at Lernerville. Looks like Eitzer's going to take the high line, followed by Pepin and Farnes on the low line. Farnes had a good momentum coming in there and had to check up a little bit, so a good little 1-2-3 battle, and it's probably going to see about who can start getting in that line. Oh, looks like Pepin get a little bit of a tap from the back, so that's going to let Farnes get by. So now your leader is Eddie Farnes in the 21, followed by Pepin and Eitzer. Again, there's only 3 trucks in here, but you still, it's anyone's game at this point. I mean, they're all good. Everyone here for this event has been good driving so far. It's just a matter of who can try to last the longest. So we'll see how that all shapes out in the long run coming into the main event tonight.
Yeah, and while they turn some laps, I'll just kind of throw it up there again. We're asking for your guys' input. Get your thoughts on it. How many cautions do you think there's going to be tonight in the main event? Do you think there's going to be 4 or more? If there is, throw in a hashtag yes. Otherwise, if you think the drivers are going to be able to keep it pretty clean, just throw in a hashtag no. And let us know what you think. We'll kind of keep tabs on this going into the main event. But yeah, or if you have a favorite driver in here, feel free to throw them some love in the chat. So they'd love to see that.
We're coming about to the halfway point, start of lap 6. We got Eddie out front with probably about about 3/4 second lead right now, followed by Pepin and Eitzer. Again, no one's really running away with it, just getting those laps and trying to get a feel for that cushion, just trying to figure out how to run this track for the main event when the position really counts, along with the traffic included. So it's going to be a fun night tonight and see how it all shapes out.
Yeah, let's do this. We'll right on board with Eddie here real quick. Do a lap or 2 with him and see what it looks like out here on track.
Yeah, again, it's a lot of throttle control around with these trucks. These trucks are big and heavy, so sometimes whenever they point in a certain direction, that's the way they want to go. So you got to be very tender and light-footed to try to figure out the best way to control these things. But at the same time, there's moments where you have to sit and be very aggressive with the wheel, trying to keep it straight or going in the right direction. And look at that.
Jonathan up and over.
Lernerville bites the dust again. Looks like Pepin's going to still keep that truck under control, but he's going to lose that position to Eitzer. Garrett Eitzer, not necessarily the fastest guy out on the track, but he's been fairly consistent in running good pace laps. He had some good run on the prelude last night, and good to see him out here. And just as I say that, he hits the lip, but
some contact there.
A little bit of bumping
That's
and
going to
bag.
give Eddie
No
some
big
more
deal.
room.
Yeah. Part of me almost wants to just think of the commentator's curse and just keep my mouth shut for a few minutes, but we'll see how it all shapes out. Looks like we got about 2 laps to go. Eddie's still out front, followed by Garrett and Jonathan.
We'll jump on the nose of Jonathan to see what it looks like as he tries to run down Garrett.
Yeah, I had the privilege of being able to talk to Jonathan just a few minutes ago. He's still newer to this, but he's been enjoying it so far, and quite frankly, I think he's going to have a great time, both tonight and in the near future. AMX Productions has always had a really good turnout for different league events, such as the Dirt Slingers, which is Pro 2s on dirt oval tracks, along with the Just the Trim Pro 2 Road Series and the BGM Street Stocks. And with that, Eddie's going to take the win in the Conti, followed by Garrett Eidser and Jonathan Pepin running out the field.
Well, very good. So that's pretty much going to set up the racing for tonight. So we're just going to do a few minutes of warm up, and I'd say let's do this. Solomon, walk the pitch real quick. See if you have anyone down there that wants to talk to us. And in the meantime, I'm just going to throw up some of our sponsors who have made this happen with Just a Trim Lawn Service out of Green Bay. And then we also have BGM Racing out of Lewistown, another longtime sponsor. In Theory Motorsports making it happen. We also got CG Motorsports helping us out with the Green Flag sponsor, one of their flagships here. K&K Contracting. R&M Automotive. And then Refuse to Lift, helping us out with broadcast support. TBR, Top Box Racing coming on board. And then Brandon Minnick, Trailer Rentals and Sales. And then one more that was a late addition. Oh, go ahead, please.
Yep, let's not forget one of our last sponsors. We had NWRA come out, Northwest Racing Series Association. They do plenty of different dirt oval disciplines on Sunday and Monday nights. You feel free to go check them out. And I managed to find in the pits, and I found an individual here, so let's get him on the mic here. Just a second. Mr. Solari, welcome to the broadcast booth. Just happened to be walking around the pits and saw you getting ready for the race. How are you doing tonight, bud?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Not too bad. Looked like it was a pretty fairly action-packed heat race for you. How do you feel about the track, how it's changing, and what to expect for the main event coming up tonight?
That is a really good question. I'm not entirely sure where I need to, how hard to push it and where exactly to run, because tire wear is going to come into it, fuel consumption, all that's going to play into it, and it's going to come down to strategy, and you're not going to know, I don't think you're going to know what the right strategy is until after it's all said and done.
Yeah, definitely. Some questions, a little question for you here is, obviously you can tell the track's burning him really well. I know that plays a huge part in lane choice and deciding whether to run the high side or the top, risk versus reward. How do you look at that approach and try to figure out from there on out?
With being so buried initially, I'm going to have to look at just where there's holes and hope that I can make my way forward early in case there is no cautions, and if there is, hopefully I don't burn my stuff up too soon. So just all right,
thank you very much for coming out here. Definitely appreciate all you're doing, and I wish you the best of luck in the main event. Again, this is Patrick Solari, the number 99 Just a Trim Machine.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll just throw up. Looks like right now the 2 votes we have is thinking it's going to be a longer race with more than 4 cautions. So you still got time to throw up your thoughts. We love to hear from you. Again, throw up some love to your favorite drivers. If you got someone here you're rooting for, they love to see it when they go back and watch the races. They actually pay attention. It's pretty cool. So with that, we got about another minute left until we go green flag here tonight for the 5th annual Turkey Bowl. And hey,
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
looking
what,
here at the
Solomon?
lap time.
Oh,
Go
I
for it.
was gonna say, hey, do you know what I learned recently is looks like iRacing is gonna be dropping another vehicle. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I was just recently looking into it. I think it's the FIA Cross Karts is what they're coming into, so that's going to be the new car coming in for the dirt road series. Excuse me. So very exciting to see iRacing putting some effort into the dirt road side of things. Being that we are a league that runs both dirt road and then kind of dabbles with the dirt oval stuff from time to time, but we still stick to our off-road routes. So kind of excited to see how that all shapes out. But first and foremost, just happy to be out here at the dirt oval track. I've always enjoyed dirt ovals since I was a kid, and knowing a good chunk of these drivers, I'm curious to see who's going to come out on top and who's going to die trying, so metaphorically speaking. So
Yeah,
with that being said, looks like we're just finishing up the round for warm-up, so everyone's going to gather themselves, and we're going to get started with the main event lineup sponsored by K&K Contracting for tonight's 40-lap AMX Turkey Bowl for the 5th annual. Our lineup is going to be as follows. We got Scott Merrick out front with the number 310, followed by Cody Winecki on the outside in the 903. Row 2 is Brandon Hall with the 199, followed by Taylor Vandenbush in the number 89. Row 3, you're going to have Jason Schilling Jr. in the number 70, followed by Caden Lemieux in number 3. Inside of row 4, we got Jeffrey Latch in the 29, followed by Brandon Minnick in the 81. On the inside of row number 5, we got Joey Brewer in the number 62, followed by Anthony James in the 217. And out row 6, we got Quentin Johnson in the number 53, followed by Brody Disher in the number 90. And starting in the 13th position, row 7, we got Michael Olson in the number 9, followed by Sean Winkler in the number 720. Starting in P15, we got Patrick Solari in the number 99, and followed by Dale Sharp in the 151. Tyler Mullig at number 17 in 17th position, followed by Kay Gailey in the 027. Eddie Farnes in the number 19, or the number 21, excuse me, in P19, followed by Garrett Eitzer in the number 28. And rounding out your 21-car field for tonight's 5th annual Turkey Bowl is Jonathan Pepin in the number 20.
Absolutely. I'll just
40
reiterate
laps
real
is
quick.
the-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
40 laps is the distance. We have over $300 worth of payout for 1st or 5th, so we'll see how this all shakes down.
Absolutely. And I was seeing in the chat that Chase Greer is thinking we need to give a name to the flagman. So, Chase, I will leave that honors to you. Let us know what we're calling him tonight.
Everyone going through their final checks. Looks like everyone's going to be starting to come out of staging out to the track to get those 2 low pace laps in before starting our main event feature tonight. Again, this is anyone's race. I really can't put my finger down on who's going to win this because there are multiple people that are just extremely fast and also extremely experienced. So kind of excited to see how this all will shape out. Obviously, a bunch of heavy hitters from our heat races are coming out right now too, so we'll see how that all shakes down.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to do one more lap around, and that will take us to our green flag tonight.
Any predictions who you think is going to be a very big factor in this race?
You
Or
know,
is it
in the
kinda just up
practice
in the air?
races, I would say Taylor Vandenbush has been really, really fast, very consistent, and being that he's already up front, I'd say he's one to watch for sure.
Very much. I almost want to put my money on Cody Winecki right now. We'll see how he goes. Being able to start up front and be able to try to run away with this thing. But to kick things off, we're going to come into turn 3. Again, the flagman will give us the go on green. Here they are in turn 3 and 4. And we are green flag racing, sponsored by CG Motorsport for the 5th annual Turkey Bowl. Looks like Merrick's going to dive down low. Cody Winecki's going to try to run the top side. Going to give him a definite push to say, hey, I'm right there. Let's keep on going. Taylor Vandenbush out in P2, followed by Brandon Hall, Schilling, Lemieux, Minnick, James, Latch. Everyone's in trouble in turn 3 and 4. Let's see if the caution comes out from race control on that one. Looks like a couple people got all bunched up in there. Still battling for first position. You can put all of them 6 people under a blanket. Looks like we're going to stay green as well. So very much anyone's game right now. It looks like we're going to be 4 wide coming to the line. So, looks like tonight's track really burned in well. Merrick's going to still hold the lead while Vandenbush is coming right behind. Winecki's still trying to find a leg along with Lemieux out on the outside. Schilling Jr. still running on the inside, but looks like we also got Hull and Janes running out back along with Disher. Still plenty of racing with only 4 laps into the books right now, so we'll see how this all shakes down.
Yeah, we'll look a little bit further back in the field, see where everyone's kind of sorting out. Yeah, I'm seeing Anthony James up top.
Yeah, it looks like he's been doing pretty good. We'll see how it all shakes out. Got a little bit of a bobble, but it looks like he'll gather it under control. Latch and Slurry and Winkler all sitting there behind trying to do that.
I was going to say I said Anthony's name, and sure enough, I guarantee you I'm going to get blamed for that. Solomon.
Yeah, I don't know what it is sometimes with you when it comes to saying certain people and calling them out, but we'll see how it all shakes out. Looks like everyone's kind of started to stretch out and run their own gap, but still it's anyone's game, and a lot of trying to determine when and where to put that slider to try to take a position. Looks like Mew passed Taylor Vandenbush to get second place. Merrick's still up front with a decent half a second lead-ish. Looks like it's going to shorten out to probably maybe 0.2 of a second now. Taylor Vandenbush in third, Winecki in fourth. Looks like Hull and Disher, Schilling, Minnick, and Janes are all fighting for it in the mid-pack. Gonna go with the drone flying around here on Lernerville Speedway. Just see how much banking we have, along with that daring lip you got on the outside. So looks like Merrick and Lemieux are kind of starting to run away, about a second gap to everyone else. So we'll see how that all shakes down. Vandenbush, Winecki, and Hull. Looks like Disher is coming from behind as well. And there it is. There's that mid-pack. Everyone's just sitting there fighting for position. Look at that. Eddie Farnes all the way up to P12 already, starting from 19th. So we'll see how he does if he can get that hard charger award tonight. Looks like he's been able to utilize that bottom side, taking that dirt oval experience. Going to go 3 wide at the line. Going to go on board with him here on the inside of turn 1 and 2. Just hugging that inside corner, feathering the throttle, just trying to not break traction and get the run off the corner. Looks like Winkler's still going to hold it off, but Farnes is just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it at this point in time. So up to P10 at the moment.
Yeah, Eddie seems to be kind of making that low line start to work. So I think it's going to be a viable option here soon.
Yeah, we're already a quarter way through the race and still no cautions. So we'll see how that all shapes out right now.
Yeah,
everyone's kind of stretched out for the most part, and Merrick's still up front. Merrick's still up front. Lemieux just still trying to chase him and find that one spot. It looks like he's going to try to dive in a little bit, but still stay on the cushion. And then you got 3, 4, 5, and 6 all in a bunch right there trying to battle for your podium spots or your top 5 positions. Right now you got Vandenbush trying to run the outside. Winecki is starting to look inside in that inside line. Looks like Disher is battling out with Hull right behind him. So we'll see how that all shapes out. Yeah, as you can already tell, though, that group is coming in pretty well. So excited to see how it all will turn out come to the end of the race. So I know for one, with the times I've driven these trucks on here, it gets difficult once that slick comes in because you got to figure out exactly how you hit it. And if you don't hit it the right way, you lose time every single time around. So
Got a good little battle here, looking like for 9th developing.
yeah, some of our heavy hitters. We got our prelude winner Sean Winkler from last night, along with Eddie Farnes and Patrick Solari trying to run that outside as well. Again, I think it was just a mixture of getting caught up in traffic, trying to see what can do. A little bit of caught up in the guardrail, but looks like everyone will still get it under control. We're gonna go on board here with Eddie Farnes from behind, and you can tell he does not want to be involved with anything behind him right now. But you look at that; he's up 10 positions right now. I don't know exactly who. Actually, yep, he is technically eligible for a hard charger at this point in time. 10 positions up from his starting positions. The next closest driver right now is Disher, who's running in 4th. He's up 8 positions from his starting position, so we'll see how that all shapes out.
Kinda
Again, nothing but a Yeah, we got a battle here for, I believe that's 5th and 6th place right now. Cody Winecki and Brandon Hall. And right in front of them, we got Taylor Vandenbush. Looks like Brody Disher managed to get into the 3rd place position. But Taylor ain't going to go out without a fight, so we'll see how that all shapes out. Winecki giving a little tap outside of turn 4. He's going to try to dive for the low line. Everyone else takes the high line, so we'll see how that all shapes out. Again, nothing has changed up front. We still got Scott Merrick in 310 out front, followed by Lemieux right behind him on his bumper. So we'll see how that shapes out in the long run. And of course, being halfway through the race and with this much of a lead, they don't want to see a yellow flag. So we'll see how long that shapes out to be.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with how clean it's been. Everyone's been running really respectfully. Usually, when you get more than 20 drivers out on a track, it can turn chaotic quick.
Yeah. I say that's also just the fact is that the driver's skill set here is really good, and that everyone's out here to just try to put their best performance in without getting into huge mischief. Looks like Winecki's going to battle with Taylor Vandenbush. Must be a problem with the truck, kind of slowing down a little bit. But with that being said, there's still plenty of laps coming around with this race. Looks like Winecki's going to get around Vandenbush for the 4th position.
Let's go a little bit further back in the pack, see if there's any other battles developing.
It looks like you go to the tail. It looks like you go to the front of the pack. I think they're just starting to hit lap traffic, so that's going to be a factor coming into effect now as well. If you go off to Scott Merrick, I believe it is, big old slider. Looks like he already passed Pepin for a lap traffic, and I think right now Molag is right in front of him now too. So we'll see how this all shapes out. I mean, there's only a few trucks here and there, but that could be a big factor when it comes to who can get out front in the lead. So.
Yeah, that slows them down. I'm sure Cody's going to be excited to see that back there in 3rd place.
Exactly. Anyone in that pack behind him is just trying to find a leg to get up, and I think that's going to be a factor coming into this race as long as the yellow flag doesn't come out. So we'll see how this all shapes out.
I mean, that's the gap back to 3rd right now. I mean, we're talking, almost
4 second
just
gap
under
right
4
now.
seconds, yeah.
So Cody Winecki running a solid 3rd place. Looks like Brody Disher is trying to chase him down, try to find something. Followed by Taylor Vandenbush, Brandon Hall, Brandon Minnick, Schilling Jr. Farnes is still in 9th place, followed by Gailey, Winkler, Olson, Patrick Solari, Anthony James, Jeffrey Latch, Joey Brewer, Johnson, Sharp, Eidzer, Molag, and Pepin is your lineup. So got a good little battle for 7th going on right now with Minnick and Schilling Jr. along with Eddie Farnes, who's been very much the hard charger coming into tonight, and see if he can continue his run and get up there. Starting from 19th position, and he's already in the top 10.
That is impressive. He always runs really well on oval, and being the owner of the NWRA league, it shows his expertise on the ovals.
Yeah, a lot of just nothing too crazy or exciting with this race. It's just a lot of solid racing amongst everyone. Everyone's kind of just starting to gap each other out and go from there.
Oh, look at that drive.
Looks like they got a good battle with Olson and Winkler. Olson tries to do the slider, and a little bit of contact there. That was pretty sure Winkler's not going to be too happy with that one.
That saved the caution there, honestly. He got him back straight, so I guess kind of no harm, no foul there. We'll see what Sean thinks.
Yeah, it looks like tensions are starting to rise a little bit, and hopefully people don't get too upset going into that, but we'll see how it all shapes out. Looks like Winkler's going to fall back into 12th from that. Anthony James out there in 14th, sitting right behind Winkler and Solari trying to see for position. But we got Jeffrey Latch right behind him too, trying to find whatever he can. Sponsored by the Impulse Media ride.
Looks like this pack here is tightened up a little bit from what I'm seeing in timing and scoring.
Yeah, it looks like we got a battle for 3rd right now with Disher fighting with Cody Winecki. Looks like he got around him somehow. Missed that opportunity, but we'll see how that all shapes out. It must have been something along with the traffic.
Oh,
and the yellow comes out for the first time. So let's see how that yellow came about. And again, we want to say thank you to Brandon Minnick, Trailer Rentals and Sales, Trailer Rentals and Sales, excuse me, for being our official race caution sponsor for tonight's Turkey Bowl. Again, let's look on the replay cameras to see what caused the caution flag and for everyone to get bunched back up while we're waiting for that.
Yeah, it looks like it might be Jeffrey that brought that out.
Looks like everyone's
See
running
what
to the
happened.
front stretch, and ooh, just the wrong place, the wrong time. Tried the slider line and kind of dove down low. Looks like he caught Anthony as well and just slowed up enough where the caution came back out. So now we're going to get everyone bunched up. Our leaders, Scott Merrick and Kane Lemieux, out in second position, are not going to be happy about this. Whereas
Not at
Cody
all.
Winecki and Brody Disher out there in the third and fourth position, they're going to be ecstatic to see how that all shapes out. So, no green flag mains for tonight. We're still going to have a caution, but bunching back up. A lot of people are going to sit in there with different game plans now, just trying to figure out how to run this track.
Looking like some people might be getting their laps back. Trying to see kind of what's happening. They might be getting the wave around from race control. So trying to keep everyone competitive here. It's more about fun than anything else. So we're not too stingy on a holiday race. So.
Again, Merrick's been out front and dominating this whole race, so we'll see if he can hold the pressure and keep it up. Kane Lemieux's been following right behind him the whole time, so we'll see how that all shapes out. And looks like we're gonna get back on the binders and the restart. Here we go, green flag, sponsored by CG Motorsports. Merrick with a beautiful jump on the start, followed by Caden. Looks like Fisher's gonna try to run that outside line. And there comes Taylor Vandenbush trying to slider, and looks like he won't get it this time around. Keep on going. Brody dives down into turn 3, trying to get Caden for the position.
Ooh.
And look at that! Oh goodness,
That's going to cause problems right there.
Gathering them up. Let's see if that. Yep, and yellow flag is going to come out. So we'll see how race control determines and figures out that situation.
Yeah, let's go back and see if we can't see that again.
Yeah, trying over that slider line, trying to get in there, and looks like just getting a little too slick and kind of pushing up on him. So we'll see how that all shapes out. And just got caught up with the rest of the field. Tough break for Cade Lemieux. Running out front for almost the entire race, so we'll see how that all checks out.
Yeah, fortunately, they get that fast repair, so we'll see if that's going to come in handy. Hopefully, you can get that fixed up and get back out. But I got to say, Solomon, we're at that point where cautions are going to breed cautions, so...
Still waiting on a response to just figure out what our flagman's name is going to be. Honestly, I have no idea. There's a lot of different options, but I don't want to be the one to come up with the very unique name, so I'm just going to leave it there. But definitely going to see how it all shapes out. It looks like Vandenbush is getting a whole bumper full of American telling him, hey, I'm right behind you. I'm going to see what I can do coming on this restart. So
I think we're going to go around one more time.
yeah, I believe so. Lights are still on the truck, and lights came out, so next time by, we're going to be going green on the restart.
Looks like we're doing single file to hopefully finish this out.
Single file all the way down to position P20 or P21, excuse me. So we'll see how this all shapes out. Ken Merrick's going to lead off on the restart on his pace. Somewhere between 3 and 4, he'll fire off. And here we go on the restart. Green flag is out. Looks like everyone's going to start diving down the low side. Looks like Brandon Minnick's going to be the first one to go on the high side, see how that shapes out for him. But right now, Scott Merrick out front, followed by Taylor Vandenbush. Cody Winecki and Brandon Hall fighting for third. Looks like Brandon Minnick's out in fifth. And look at that, Eddie Farnes all the way up to sixth
I think Eddie
place.
might have slid off. No, that might have been Cade.
No, he's there.
Someone was off the track. No, Eddie's still running. We're good.
Scott Merrick just showing everyone around the track. Looks like Taylor's been through a battle, but he's still trying to get there and catch up to him. Cody Winecki running a solid third place. Brandon Hall is right there with him. Minnick out there in fifth place. We're going to go on board here with Taylor Vandenbush. You see, and caution flag is out. Lap 37 out of 40.
Oh, jeez. go back and see if we can't figure out what brought this one out.
Like you said, caution flags breed cautions, and I think I just lost my bet there with our third caution coming into effect. So we'll see how this comes about.
Yeah, it looks like it's Cade who potentially was involved here. Let's see what happened. Oop,
Oh, it just
up
got a
and
little bit
over.
crossed. Ooh, we got some acrobatics coming off on the turn one. That
Well,
crossed up just the wrong way, and next thing you know, he's driving up on the catch fence. So glad to hear that he's okay, but we'll see how the truck is faring in the pit lane. So
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go big, go big. That was I'll give him props there. I'm impressed.
yeah, tough break for him, but we'll see how it all comes out coming on this restart. And you got to imagine the mind games going on right now. Taylor Vandenbush has seen several different plays that Merrick's done for the restart, so now he's trying to figure out, okay, what is he trying to do, or and vice versa. What am I going to do to try to trick this guy behind me to get ahead? So a lot of different things coming into effect, and we even see Brandon Hall kind of checking out the inside to see where there's grip and where there's not. So anything can happen with this dirt hole race, especially after the caution flags when everyone bunches up. So we'll see how it all shapes out coming out. Looks to be about 3 laps left to go, so we'll see how it all shapes out. And looks like the pace truck is going to pull off, and we're going to have Scott Merrick fire off somewhere between 3 and 4. And he's going to fire off into turn 3, coming to the flag, and we're green flag again. Let's see if this is our final run for the night. So everyone kind of diving down the inside of the low line. Taylor Vandenbush is going to stay down low, try to get some grip going, and looks like he's not going to be able to make it stick. Right now, lap 38 of 40. You've got 2 to go coming this time by. Taylor Vandenbush is going to run that inside line while Merrick is going to stick on the top. And look at that. Farnes is right in the mix, trying to get in with the top 5 right now. Got Cody Winecki in 3rd place, followed by Brandon Hall and Minnick. And Eddie Farnes running into 5th place now. Phenomenal performance for him as well. And not to mention, we got Sean Winkler out there towing behind in P7. Everyone kind of bunching up there. Looks like Anthony James is in the mix as well in the top 10. And we're a white flag. Last lap to go. We're going to go out front here, and we got Scott Merrick out there leading from green flag to green flag. It looks to be like he's going to be it. And there you have it. Scott Merrick is your 5th annual Turkey Bowl winner here at Lernerville Speedway. We'll follow behind with Taylor Vandenbush in 2nd, followed by Brandon Hall in 3rd. Cody Winecki is going to finish in 4th. And Eddie Farnes with a demanding performance in 5th place.
Yeah, let's see how it all stacked up here. Go ahead and bring up the official results.
Sponsored here by Top Box Racing. We got Scott Merrick, our race winner in the 310, followed by Taylor Vandenbush in the number 89. Brandon Hall is going to take the top of the podium, or the end of the podium, with the 199, followed by Cody Winecki in 4th and Eddie Farnes in 5th. Brandon Minnick is going to finish with a solid 6th place finish, followed by Sean Winkler in 7th. Michael Olson coming up into 8th place, followed by Anthony James in 9th. Quentin Johnson with a solid top 10 finish, followed by Dale Sharp and Brody Disher, P11 and P12. Jeffrey Latch finishing out 13th, along with Patrick Solari in 14th. Garrett Eitzer 15th, Tyler Moleg in 16th, Jonathan Pepin 17th, and Joey Brewer rounding out the field in P18. And then we also have Kay Lemieux, which is a tough break for him tonight, but good to see him out here and give a good shot, along with Cade Gailey and then Jason Schilling Jr. rounding out your field.
Well, very good. I guess we'll see if we got anybody standing by that we can chat with.
So it looks like we're going to grab our 3rd place finisher and interview and talk to him. And finishing out in P3, we got the 199 of Braden Hall. How are you doing there, bud? And how you feel about winning 3rd place tonight?
It was a battle, that's for sure. I don't know, just try to buy my time there in the feature, and I don't know, just let it play out. Obviously, there's a little bit of back and forth contact in the heat race. We were just racing, and I knew we had to keep it clean to make it through the features. So,
well, for sure thing out there, we seen a lot of good things out there. Saw a lot of peaking down there on the low line. Was there that much of a difference between running the top, ripping the lip, versus trying to do that slide line or diving down low?
On the restarts and that, just before everybody gets their momentum built up, there's a chance you can get something to work down there. But I drove through my tires too early in the race to have that line work out for me.
Yeah, definitely a fun and interesting race. All of our cautions came about with the second half of the race, so very long green flag stint. Did you feel like that helped you out, just being able to kind of get out there and just turn laps and try to get that distance covered, or what was your game plan coming into this main event before getting your third place finish?
I was more trying to save and just make it through the race. I mean, you got to finish the race to even have a chance at winning it. And yeah, just the cautions late in the race. I mean, for me, they helped out. They bunched us back up, gave us more of an opportunity to pass some cars and go from there.
Yeah, well, it was great to have you up here in the broadcast booth. I know you have a couple people to thank and some sponsors to thank. So who do you got to appreciate for coming out here tonight?
Just the guys racing with tonight, Jason Olson and Caden and them, and then BHP Suspension and Skylar Woods Racing.
All right. Thank you very much for coming out here, Brandon Hall, and your P3 with the 199. Thank you for coming out here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
You've got
and
mail.
I have, as tradition holds true, we got mail, which means we have Taylor Vanden Bush up in the booth. Taylor, what a night for you, starting off fourth, and then kind of looked like got hung up there with some battles, let the leaders kind of get away, and then some late race cautions came out, and was able to kind of bunch you back up. I'm just kind of curious. Take me through the night. What was on your mind? What was your strategy? And what was working for you?
Well, this week hasn't been great for me, so I came in tonight a little on the tired side. So I ended up practicing or doing hot laps at 18th, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a rough night. And heats came along, and I managed to screw it all through all that, and got to the feature, and I was kind of anticipating a yellow earlier on in the race, so I was just holding back, saving some tires, and then we just kept going and kept going, and then next thing you know, it's 10 laps to go, and then okay, now one's starting to come out, and it's just about being in the right place at the right time, and unfortunately, Caden, he was running fast tonight and got taken out, but that allowed me to gain 2 spots right there, so it is what it is. It's kind of part of racing.
Yeah, well, I gotta admit, my friend, you make it look so easy out there, and just how smooth you are, and it, yeah, I'm eager to watch you going into next year, the series we're gonna put on there, and you just always seem to run really well at dirt ovals, so especially in the Pro 2 truck. So I just really want to say congratulations, and I'm sure there's some people you want to thank who have gotten you through this year and hopefully into next year.
Yeah, it's been a fun race. I really enjoy these ovals. I don't know what it is with the truck and the ovals, but man, I just love them very well. But I want to thank Just the Trim. Um, um, hold on 1 second. I was in the wrong spot. Um, oh jeez.
Oh, you're gonna get yelled at by the
All
sponsors.
right,
I can see it now.
I might, but here I am. I got it. Obviously, just a trim and myself here. I refuse to lift. So if you're looking to get some merchandise with your truck on it, talk to them. They can get your iRacing truck, your name printed on a shirt, a mug, a hat, whatever you want. And then of course BGM Racing, always been a partner with us for a long time, just a trim here. And then Interior Motorsports, Anthony does a lot of work himself putting us on. K&K Contracting out of Park River. Of course, CG Motorsports. It's always fun to go and work with Chase's crew, racing Pro Buggy on the Champ Off-Road Circuit. R&M Automotive, Top Box Racing, Cody. He was racing right behind us, and I thought he got third, but apparently Brandon got around him, and I was surprised to see that. So congrats, Brandon. And then Brandon Minnick, Trailer Rentals and Sales, and NWRA for coming on last minute. They've always been around with us for a long time. It's always nice to have Eddie around. But I want to say congratulations to Scott on that nice purse.
Absolutely, my friend. Well, I look forward to seeing you in the coming year, and you have a wonderful holiday season. And yeah, I'll let you go back to celebrating with the rest of your teammates.
All right, see you later.
And now your 5th annual Turkey Bowl winner. We got the number 310 of Scott Merrick. How are you doing there, bud? Seemed to run all the way from green flag to green flag, and quite frankly, for a while there, you thought you were just gonna be able to go for a Sunday drive for that whole main event.
Yeah, at first I thought I was, and then kept peeking at my relative. I noticed Caden was like point 0.4, point 0.3, and there was a couple of laps where I would push into 3, and he'd give me a little bump, and he wasn't throwing sliders, he wasn't trying to bump me, and I was like, he's waiting. So I had to really concentrate to make sure I didn't make that one mistake that allowed him.
Yeah, unfortunate events for Caden getting for ending up wiping out on turn 3 and 4, but still a very dominant performance. Seemed to have no problem in the heat race, getting some laps in, along with just finding your spot, whether it be the high side or the low side in the main event. So just want to explain some of your thought process coming through. I mean, you were already saying about just not making a mistake, just trying to stay consistent. Of course, you had Taylor Vandenbush, who ended up coming out in 2nd place, coming right behind you towards the end of that race. So how do you feel, and how much have you been enjoying running these trucks here on Dirt Holes?
It's actually been pretty fun since there hasn't been any really changes on Dirt Oval side. I mean, Pro Series is back, but you got to be good for that, and I'm kind of in the middle. So, but honestly, when I was just coming in here, expect to have some fun. I mean, I did have some fun, let me tell you, but I was just expecting to get a bad pill draw, be in the back of the heat. So just watching all the battling. But when I saw I started second in the heat, I knew I had to make it count and try to win the heat, knowing that top was going to be in and most dominant here. So we won it. And when I was getting nervous while the other heats in the B mains were going, worried that I was going to fly off the top first lap or have someone throw a slider and I wasn't looking right. But we kept it straight. Thank you for Caden for not killing me when I made my mistakes. And man, I'm happy. Let me tell you.
Well, we're very glad to see you come out here and have a good old time running and eventually winning this race tonight. We know that you got some sponsors and people to thank for coming out here, so I'm gonna give it away to you to thank who you want to thank out here.
Honestly, I want to give it out to Coast to Coast, all those guys in there that were supporting, watching me, helping me with some of the calls that I was thinking of. Gavin Rob Chan, he was giving me some motivation right before this race. Nathan Waddell, he's actually the reason why I'm running this, because we had a recent race where we did Pro 2s, I think at Lincoln, and I had a lot of funds, so that's why I wanted to sign up and run this, since I had fun. Let's think. There's a couple other Horizon Sim Sports. Thank you for Steven for picking me up. I'm hoping to grow and become a better driver. RTB or Aiden Beerline stuff. He's really helped me get better at doing anything on the dirt, from running the top to just keeping concentrated, keeping focused. And everybody out there that was watching,
Well, we thank you very much for coming out here tonight. Great to see your dominant performance, and look forward to seeing you in upcoming seasons and whatever we got coming up in store. So enjoy this win with you and your team, and thank you very much for coming out here tonight.
yes sir, thank you.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Merrick, your 5th annual Turkey Bowl winner out of the number 310.
Yeah, and with that, we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up here for us up in the broadcast booth. Again, I just want to thank all the sponsors who have been with us throughout the year, and those specifically who sponsored the Turkey Bowl. And we look forward to going into 2026 with some fun series, and hopefully we keep the racing good and competitive. And on behalf of everybody here at AMX, and I just want to say happy holidays. And Solomon, thank you so much for joining me tonight and calling the racing. And I look forward to continuing doing this with you into the next year.
Yeah, it was great to be out here and glad to help call this race out with you. And looking forward to seeing how it all shapes out coming in the near future. So might be coming back in the truck, might be coming back in the booth. You never know. So
Yeah,
stay tuned for that.
hopefully a little bit of both. So, well,
Yeah.
I just want to thank everyone again for tuning in, and have a great Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. And yeah, stay tuned with all the AMX.com and all that to see. We'll probably end up throwing up some other fun stuff to round out the year. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, have a wonderful evening.